I think we're live, and I think we're all set now. It's been a few weeks. We missed you.
We missed you, and we're happy to be back and talking about a very interesting subject, or at least we think it's a very interesting subject. It's been 2 weeks, and there's been a lot of hockey, a lot of basketball, playoffs season. So we figured, you know, Mo's been watching a little bit more TV than usual, and I've basically been doing a lot more of the housework and children work around here while Mo is slacking off.
Right, I usually slack off. So I'm just kidding. Well,
but we have an interesting topic, and we want to know: does watching sports affect your relationships? So specifically during playoff seasons, where you're probably more tuned in to your favorite team or your favorite sports person.
Sport person. I see
Athletes?
You're a big sports fan.
Your favorite athletes?
As you can see, we have a lot of different memorabilia around here. And the memorabilia include the New York Knicks, the Montreal Expos, the Habs. We're all set here. We're true sports fans in this house, as you can see.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. But this is the stuff we found lying around the house. Including
this beautiful Habs jersey.
Okay, let's not get too erotic here on this broadcast. We're here to talk about sports and relationships.
Right, and we want to know how does watching sports affect your relationships? We know that the Habs lost, unfortunately, and Mo and I were recently speaking to a friend of ours who they were happy. Well, the wife was happy that the Habs lost because she said that she can finally get her weekends back and she can go out Saturday nights with her husband, because otherwise they were sitting at home watching the Habs game on a Saturday night. So what do you think about that? Is that, you know, is she not being supportive of her husband, or is she right to say, okay, let's go out, it's Saturday night, we shouldn't be at home watching television? What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, people are big fans. They've grown up with a specific team.
Right.
They've become fond of a specific team. They've followed a team their whole lives. Like, I used to love the Utah Jazz, and I still do, and I'll watch them.
What? Jazz?
Utah Jazz. John Stockton, Karl Malone.
Is that a basketball team?
Yes.
It sounds very jazzy.
So some people, as you see, they don't mix sports and pleasure in terms of diehard sports fans. Not like leisurely, like go, throw a baseball around or whatever. But some people, they separate. They want to do like sports with their guy friends.
Right.
And other things with their girlfriends or their spouses or whatever.
So you're saying some guys like to go out with their guy friends and watch the game, and so that's their like guy activity.
Exactly. Like, you have people that are real diehard fans of different teams,
right?
And
no
wives maybe can't appreciate the.
No, I appreciate. Like, I respect someone who has a team that they're rooting for. But like, reading from our comments right now, Iris just said that her husband, she was happy that the Habs lost because I guess she figured she would get her Saturday nights back. But then her husband chose another team to follow. So why is that? Like, would you follow?
Playoffs are ruining relationships. That's what I hear. Hey. Playoffs, I hear, are ruining relationships.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you always do. I'm used to it.
No, because Joelle said move to Toronto because Habs games are blocked on all networks.
They're blocked on all networks.
Is that even true?
I don't know if that's true. Hockey Night in Canada, I think, is partout ici au Canada. But anyways, I'm sure there's ways to hack, and watch it online too, Joelle.
Right.
Thanks for that comment.
But anyways, Habs are out, so it seems like people are still watching hockey and just choosing a different team to root for, and that's what's interesting to me too, because I find it interesting that people choose a team, that they want to belong to a team or they want to root for a team. Don't you find that?
Well, most of the time people are rooting, unless you're like a diehard, say, Jazz fan like I was growing up, which I'm not even wearing their jerseys today because my wife hid it somewhere so I wouldn't wear it in public, and these were the only things that I could find. But anyways. People grow up watching a certain team and they love their teams and they want to.
No, but like Iris just said, her husband, is now following another team. The Habs are out.
Well,
are you still going to continue to watch the playoffs?
I guess the choice is, I don't know. What are the choices for him? He loves playoffs or he loves guy time. Maybe he loves watching these games because he likes to hang out with the guys once in a while, and playoffs are only a certain period of time.
Right, maybe. But otherwise, sometimes men are just sitting at home watching the games and expect their wives to sit down next to them, or maybe they're sitting.
Expect their wives to next to them?
Or I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, and for your information, Joelle from Toronto says that the Habs are actually blocked, and she had to call Bell several times to yell at them. So that's quite interesting. I mean, that's new information for me because I did not know that the Habs were blocked in Toronto.
Right. Well, I think, Joelle, I think you can start like a human rights complaint because Hockey Night in Canada, I thought, was like a Canadian-wide phenomenon.
No, she's saying just the Habs, not other.
Well, I guess when the Habs play the Leafs, it's an exception.
Right, if the Habs are playing the Leafs.
Sure.
Are the Leafs still in the playoffs?
Are the Leafs, do you know if they're a hockey team or a basketball team, the Leafs?
I thought they were soccer.
Okay, good. She doesn't even know. My mom says here men just like sports. So yeah, a lot of men just like sports.
Okay.
So that's cool. They just like sports, so they want to just follow sports and do sports and watch sports.
No, I get that, and I actually think that's interesting because men are very involved and I know a friend of mine is so involved with his team, his basketball team, that if they lose, you don't want to be around him because he just gets very, very anxious and not depressed, but very upset. You don't want to be around him. But if the team wins, then he's super happy and then he's such a pleasure to be around. But to the point where you have this level of these players don't know you. Why are you so involved? Why do you care so much?
I guess those people are following those people on Instagram. Do you ever follow, let's say, The Bachelor on Instagram?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care if they win or lose.
You don't care if they win or lose? You don't care if he gets married or not on The Bachelor?
I'm happy for him if he gets married.
Well, I think for sports, you want to see your team win because you feel like you're part of the team.
Right, but why do you feel like you're part of the team? To me, it's just intriguing. I try to understand. I know people are, they don't only watch the playoffs, they watch the whole season. That's a lot of games. Though, is that 180 games?
You spend all year watching your team. You want them to do really well in the playoffs.
But that's a lot of time watching a team, no?
It's a lot of time watching a team, but who watches every game, every minute of a game? I don't think that many people do.
I'm sure there are. I mean, I dated a guy, sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I mean, I just don't want to bring up the past. I know you're very sensitive about my... I'm just kidding.
I'm not sensitive about anything.
No, all I'm saying is that I started when I was dating a guy, and he would really want to watch every single game. And we would sit down and watch it together. Maybe he just wanted to get
away from you.
No, we watched it together. We watched it together.
He insisted.
No, he
and you watched everything together.
We did watch it for...
Did you watch The Bachelor together?
No.
How come?
Because we were too busy watching hockey.
Oh, so I have to watch more sports and we won't have to watch that show. Oh, okay.
No, but I'm
learning so much
I was
here.
interested to learn the game. At that point. Okay. I really didn't know much about it. And I didn't have very much other obligations. It's not like we had kids or anything like that.
Right.
So it was fun to watch, and we made it fun. But I mean, after a year or two, I just found it boring to watch it over and over again.
Okay.
Don't you find it boring?
I'm just still can't get over what you said. That I'm sorry to talk about an ex-boyfriend or something. That was a bit funny. Okay, well, maybe had you watched other shows, it would have changed for you. Anyways, so tell us some stats. Tell us some stats, if you have any, about hockey and relationships.
Right. So just. What I looked up was that 1 in 5 people have actually said that watching sports has negatively affected their relationships.
1 in 5 people that watching is negatively.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so does that mean that the other 4 you think it has positively helped relationships?
Or had no impact at all.
Or had no impact.
Right. For you and I mean, I would not say that you watching sports has a negative effect on our relationship. Because you don't really watch too much sports. I would say,
let's say the other night when you asked me to put Bradley to bed, and I was in the middle of the second period of the hockey games, you said to me something like, you mind putting Bradley to bed? And I'm like, okay, no problem.
Okay.
But I was in the middle of watching the second period.
I thought I put him to bed after that.
No, I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure I put Bradley to bed a lot more often.
The point is, it's possible that hockey or basketball or watching any game impacts your personal life.
For sure.
Because I could have said, no.
I'm watching the game.
I'm watching the game. Could you do it?
And you did say that.
maybe
You
it was
didn't
like
say
a
it- you
game
didn't
5
say it
or
that
game
way. You
6,
didn't say it in a mean way, but I was happy to do
some
it because
people
I know-
insist
Yeah.
during a playoff
Right.
game that they really want to watch this, and not only playoffs. Some
Right.
people
Do it throughout the year.
or watch every game, and they're true fans, I
Yeah.
guess, or bigger fans than
Yeah.
me or you, but they watch every game, or they even watch all day football on Sundays.
Right. That's true. So that can have a negative impact on your relationship. Does it have a negative impact on your relationship? Does your significant other, or does your friend, or does your mother or father ever say to you, okay, enough watching with this, enough sports watching, we got to go out. We got to, you got chores to do.
Hey Nat, thanks for joining us. Yeah. Well, exactly. Like, do those things negatively affect relationships? I say someone who's obsessed with something, it probably does affect it, because
Get him, Jess. Dexter says to get you.
right. I say, somebody who wants to watch 5 hours a day of sports
Right.
on
Or
weekends,
anything on
that could
TV.
affect your relationship.
Definitely, especially if you have children. I think that you want to take out and do other activities
Right.
with them. So definitely watching sports, in my opinion, will have an impact. Unless you do watching, I mean, there must be benefits too. Like if you're watching sports together,
Right.
and
You
then
can
you make an
hold
activity.
hands.
Right, we can hold hands and watch the playoffs. Is there basketball now or something?
Right. When the
Is
games
there a
are too
basketball
late, I tend to fall asleep. So yeah, there's basketball. There's
Okay.
still hockey. There's lots of stuff going on. There's golf on the weekends. There's football. Not really football now.
Golf, yeah. So I think it's important to, figure out, maybe have a compromise. Like, okay, like I really want to watch hockey, or I really love football, so let's do that. Let's watch that for. Why are you laughing?
No, I was just laughing because I saw here I had my old basketball coach. I assume you love to watch basketball, coach. You loved it. You played it. You coached it. I assume that has affected your relationship. Some people are diehard. They even want to coach teams because they love the sport so much.
First of all, I'm really happy that your basketball coach has joined in and is watching you. So
Yeah.
hi, I don't know you, but hi. And we should have had him on as a guest, and we could have asked him questions.
Yeah, and we should have, and we still can.
And why aren't you in the NBA? I would watch the sports if you were playing.
You would watch if I was playing?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to set up a live show where
I
I'm
need
playing.
to speak to your basketball coach. I'm so glad he's joined.
Yeah. Me too. Nice to see you. Look, I think sports in moderation, watching or playing,
Right.
is all good.
Right.
It's,
I actually have another example that we were speaking to another friend of ours who said that him and his wife were traveling to Europe with a bunch of friends, and he would wake up in the middle of the night to watch the playoffs, and then he was tired all day long, and he wasn't, and the whole group was so upset because he was lagging behind, he was waking up late, so he basically ruined everyone's vacation because he was watching playoffs. So I think you have to be really careful. So that's just an example of how Mo became a legend, your basketball players.
Your coach, yes, I have, and in my own
Yeah.
in my own domain.
Right.
So
So
I
that's just
appreciate
another
that. Thanks, coach.
Oh, and Ariel said, great idea, go Sixers.
Exactly.
Should
go
we tell them
Sixers.
who's on the back of your jersey?
Iverson, they know, number 3.
Oh, okay. So. How am I
I'm
supposed
old
to know?
school. I'm old school.
Does that really date us, the fact that Iverson is on your jersey, or not really?
No, people still buy
Okay.
vintage jerseys.
Okay, vintage. I guess that dates us.
I even have Iverson's Georgetown jersey, which they don't have names on the back. I put
Right.
his name on. That's how much.
But
I'm
wait,
proud of
I
it.
want to hear. So, what do people think? Do they think,
Yeah.
or has watching sports, specifically playoffs, affected your relationships? And what do you tell your significant other? Do you ever, confront him or her and say, "Well, I think you're watching too much sports." Why are you laughing,
I think you're watching too much sports.
Captain Mo?
Yeah, exactly. I was the captain of the basketball team, Marinopolis, co-captain actually, and we did quite well. We made it to
Not the NBA.
not to the NBA. We didn't make. No one from our team is in the NBA, but
Mo made the Georgetown jersey himself.
yeah, exactly. I did because they wouldn't print names on the back. I
So
had
what
a
did you
real
do?
Georgetown jersey,
Really?
and I printed it
I'm
on the back
learning
of the
so
leather.
much. I love this show.
I love that.
What do you love?
Exactly. I love that I did that. I was committed. I had a passion and a love for basketball.
Oh, okay.
So does sports and has sports affected your relationships? Do people watch sports and say, "Don't talk to me. I'm concentrating on the game.
Oh, I'm sure that has happened where like people have
Yeah?
just been like so involved and so in tune and they just block everyone out. I mean, apparently not to our viewers because no one's telling us about this, or maybe they don't want to admit to it. But I can imagine like people getting so into it and like blocking everyone else out and getting angry. What do you think?
I see that. I see like sports to being some people also like they bet on the game, so they take it very
Right,
seriously.
that's true.
They research who's injured, who's not injured.
But then is that like considered a sport in itself when you start to like gamble and like bet?
Gambling? Yes.
I don't know if that's
we don't recommend gambling. Definitely not. But we do recommend enjoying. If that's something you enjoy
Right.
watching, and we like that.
Another comment from Ariel said that when he was in high school, he didn't let his future wife sit next to him on the couch during the Knicks game. So there you go. Thanks for sharing, Ariel. And that's so. I was right. People.
Because he'd get too frisky. He didn't want to get too
No,
frisky.
because people get into the game. People get emotionally involved. I think like we merge with the identity of the team. Like, why do we get so sad when our team loses?
Some people scream at the TV. Some people throw stuff at the TV. Some people, I don't know, they do crazy things. But some people also insist that their spouse or girlfriend, like that's a requirement, that they must
watch TV
love the same team.
Right,
or
so
the
some
same
people
sport,
won't.
And that's part of the criteria of
Which makes
entering
sense.
into a relationship.
Which makes sense. And Jared just wrote a comment saying that some people scream at the TV, and he thinks that's funny because no one can hear them. And I agree with you with that. I think it's funny that we get so involved, and these players have no idea who you are, yet you're getting so passionate about them winning or losing or missing a shot, or you're like, how could you miss that shot? Well,
exactly. The best players and the coaches are the ones sitting on their sofas, right? Those are the best in the league, and that's why they get the big bucks. Steve Kerr won the other day, by the way, and he wasn't even at the game. He's the coach.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I mean, I'm learning.
You're
I'm
learning
trying
so
to get
much.
involved. I'm trying to get involved.
Let's see some of these comments.
Oh, Jason Rick. Because the team lost.
Probably both. The wife
Probably
was
both.
mad, and
Mostly because he
and
was
his team
tired
lost.
and his team lost. I don't know. This episode is dedicated to high school Ariel. It definitely is. This episode is dedicated to Ariel.
It's dedicated to high school Ariel because, as a diehard fan, you do what you got to do to be able to watch. You do what you have to do to encourage your team and to be part of it. It's a journey. And Ariel, watching those Bills so many years come so close is really heartbreaking. I don't know why I'm smiling, but I just know you're a big fan, and I take back the smile.
What's the Bills? Like
the
money?
Bills? No, the Bills. Oh my Lord.
What?
The Bills, Buffalo Bills, they almost won. Oh my Lord.
Is that basketball? I'm assuming that's basketball.
Basketball
That's
Bills?
definitely basketball.
No, that's
I don't know
basketball
basketball
Bulls. Bills are football.
Jacqueline said he didn't have a square to spare on the couch.
He took over the whole couch. I'm not sure. Is that because he was lying down, or was that a fat joke? I'm not sure.
No, because he was very into it, maybe very passionate
he's
about
very
it.
Passionate. Not sure.
I think it does when one's watching curling.
4 straight Super Bowls.
It can
They
definitely
lost.
affect your relationship if you're watching curling. Yeah, I think you would just want to
Curling
like.
is the most exciting sport.
Yeah, I
out
think
there.
I would just like.
A ravishing sweep. I actually encourage Jess to watch curling.
Oh, I have a lot to
she-
learn. Ariel says maybe we should have a course.
I think you should watch curling because your sweeping technique is below par. Anyways,
Ariel, why?
what
Thank
was
you.
I
Are
saying?
we the first couple to write on one episode while
sitting-
sitting next to each other?
No, Ariel. Actually, this is probably the first episode you both watched live together, but we have many other diehard fans out there, like Natalie and Jared, who we really appreciate them watching when they watch.
And they basically watch together. And
This should be like a playoff edition. It is a playoff edition.
playoff edition.
This show is
Like
a
me and
playoff
you? Are we
edition.
like-
This is our playoff edition.
Are we against each other?
This is a playoff.
Okay,
edition.
this is playoff
very
edition.
exciting.
I'm
This
not
is a very
sure I get
exciting
that, but
show.
what does that
I know.
mean?
Okay.
He also promised if the Knicks ever win the championship, he will run around Westmount naked. Okay, that we have recorded that live. So wait, do the Knicks ever win? Is that like something that will never happen? I promise if the Habs win, I will run around Westmount naked.
You will?
Yeah. Or you will. Rather, I promise you will.
Okay, well, that's a really nice promise. Okay, Habs. Did the Habs hear that? If you liked that comment about Ariel or Jess, then please like. I'd love to see them both holding hands running around Westmount naked. I hope it'll be a nice night that night. Well, that's what you said. That's what you're going to do.
He said if the Knicks win. Or Rangers will make it. I'm assuming. Rangers, I know, is basketball. No. Hockey. New York Rangers, right?
Oh, my Lord. Yes. Oh, my Lord.
Jason reminded me you were live. He said, I really like Mo's FB Live. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks. Hey,
Mel, how are you? So let's get more comments. Does watching sports affect your relationship specifically during playoff seasons or not? We've had a lot of examples we've been sharing. I remember Joelle, I saw earlier on, wrote, it's about compromise too, so give and take. So not always watching, or having the wives watch together, and maybe the husbands watch together.
Okay.
Does Mo watch too much sports? That's an excellent question, and he actually doesn't watch too much sports.
I try to watch too much sports, but my wife jumps in and says, Mo, can you do this? Can you do that?
That is incorrect.
I don't know why I did the hand gesture, because I like to dance.
Can you dance?
I like to dance.
Can you dance?
She teaches me how to dance sometimes.
You do watch.
I do watch a bit. And I think I'm going to watch more because you said that you used to watch every game with your ex. So I think I'm just going to watch more just to say I watch more than you watch with him. So I do appreciate that.
So we have to watch together.
Well, if we can. If we have two kids to put to sleep, you're in
just
charge of that. Or let them roam loose.
We can roam loose. Or we can watch as a family.
Should kids fall asleep and should you wake them up at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock to throw them in their beds when the game ends? I don't know. I think...
Question for Jess. Have you ever gotten mad at Mo for watching a game when he should be helping? If so, when? I've never got mad at you for watching the game. I take that back. I think the only time I got mad at him is like if he's watching the game and Bradley is like, Mo, daddy, and like trying to get your attention and you're not watching.
But he asked when did that happen? I'm just trying to remember.
It's been a while. It's very rare. It's very rare.
But you said that happened. When did that happen?
The exact date was February 15th, 2017. I don't remember exactly when.
So it happened in the past few months.
It's happened.
Okay.
It's very rare. I have to say that you don't watch too many sports.
Okay. Let her check her diary if she had it.
I have it in here somewhere.
No, it's just in general. I think when I'm trying to take a break on the sofa and Jess asked me to do something, I think I'm just going to say, oh, it's time to watch sports because I'm really into it. Sorry, it's not a good time. But I'm not like a diehard fan, so I really don't have an excuse of why I should watch.
Right. No, but I know that you enjoy watching golf, right?
I watch golf for around 3 hours in a year.
No.
Yeah, how long?
I don't know. I don't keep tabs, but I think you watch a little bit more, and it's fine. I'm not upset with that. What about recording games if you miss them live? Is that a little too diehard?
I think it's cool to record games and watch them live, because then you don't have to watch the commercials and you can watch the whole game in a lot shorter period of time. I appreciate that, but I don't usually end up watching it. I usually end up just watching SportsCenter or the highlights. Yeah,
I think watching sports, I think you have to watch sports lives, and I think that's why people just want to watch sports at 7 o'clock when you're supposed to be putting the kids to bed, but it's like, no, I need to watch the sports now.
No, because some of my teams, they start at midnight or 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night.
And then that's just too late.
And that's just like, okay, I'm exhausted. I want to go to sleep. So it's not really great like that.
Oh, it's not really great like that?
It's not really great. It's not really a great time to watch, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So but that's why. But diehard fans will watch at 10, 11 o'clock. They'll wake up in the middle of the night when they're traveling in Europe just so they can watch their team. So you're not a diehard fan, but people are, and I think those people might, people might have impact on their relationship. Yeah, might negatively impact their relationship.
Well, I don't see how it cannot, unless the spouse has, say the person who doesn't like to watch these things,
Right.
has more hobbies or other things to do at that time,
Right.
that they get to do.
Right.
Like, to me, it's perfect if the spouse can do hobbies at that time.
We also got another comment saying, what's worse, watching The Bachelorette or watching sports? That's a very good question.
To me, anybody on that show is a loser. And the sports people are, at least they're athletes and they've done stuff. Some people are going to say golfers aren't the best athletes in the world, but they're very talented at what they do, and some of them actually work out quite a bit. Most of them actually do. So I think you inspire to be like the athletes. You don't inspire to be on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Well, I think,
and if you do, I don't know.
Well, I think that the athletes are very good role models, right, for kids and for everybody. You know, you're working hard to compete and win and achieve a goal.
Exactly.
So I think they're definitely good role models. But back to our question.
Yeah.
Does watching sports affect your relationships? And if so, how?
Jacqueline, let's say you were married to a famous sports broadcaster. Would that affect your relationship? Because he has to watch so many events, sporting events. So many UFC. Does it cause you to become a fan? Does it cause you to punch him more because he's always on the couch watching? How does it affect you? Go Blue Jays. We got zoomed in on Blue Jays.
Do you think it's sad when couples have to watch TV in separate rooms at night?
I don't think it's sad for them to watch TV in separate rooms, because one, when you're watching TV, you know, you're not supposed to be having a conversation. You're supposed to just be enjoying and concentrating on what you're watching. I think if it happens every night and you never get to see each other,
who's making all those sad faces?
You know, then I don't know who's making sad faces, but it's very emotional for some people. If it happens every night and you can never see each other, then maybe that is sad. But if it happens once in a while or whatever,
I think it's okay. But I mean, it would be nice to spend time with your significant other and not.
For the chokehold. Exactly. And sometimes
what's a chokehold? Sounds fun.
You need to know how to do that if you're going to be, in a house with certain people. My husband would rather leave me to watch The Bachelor or The Voice. Yes.
Right. So some people want to watch The Bachelor while their husbands are watching The Voice.
Maybe that's why they created split screen.
And actually, Joel was talking about, there's a show called Hockey Wives. So they compromise and watch Hockey Wives.
Again, that's not really sports,
right.
I wouldn't say. I would say
it just
that's
has
the same
word.
As watching.
It just has hockey in it. And here's another question. So why are men so much more, addicted to sports? Like, is it just a testosterone thing? Like, why don't we see like women saying, I mean, I'm sure there are women who do love sports, but usually it's the male that wants to watch the sports and is like very into it.
Jacqueline, I agree. I think women are into it less than the men. The men grow up usually watching specific sports team. They grow up watching.
So you think it's a question of growing up, or is it just like
their father or their mother or parents watching a specific sport or doing things?
Okay.
I think because in general, which it shouldn't really be the case, but in general, the boys are pushed more than girls to play sports.
So you think that's why they developed this very, I wouldn't call it a need, but like this liking to watch sports and get very into it and very passionate about it?
I would say women watching gymnastics or figure skating or all these things, you'd say it's more pronounced with women, more prominent with women than it would be for men.
Okay.
I think it's just in their nature. I think it's normal. I think they grew up with it, and that's what they like the rest of their life.
Makes sense. Someone says, I like playing sports more than watching, and I agree with that. And I think if you can play sports,
you, Jacqueline.
If you can play sports with your husband or significant other or friend or whatever it is, I think that's definitely a great bonding experience and a great way to get closer.
Some people, they become too much of a fan, and then they lose their spouse. Something like, I totally hear that. I think I like Jacqueline said, to play sports more than I like to watch.
Right.
I find watching it just makes me want to go into the couch and get something to eat.
Right.
Whereas going to a basketball court or a gym or whatever makes me actually do something and have fun and exercise. So that's why I'm like I'd much rather play than watch.
Yeah.
But I will obviously watch the Canadians because it's part of our culture and it's part of our it's in our blood.
I know. I like watching the Canadians too, actually. I mean,
you
when
do?
I'm able
Nice.
to, I watch it. But I'm not, like, I don't know their schedule, and I'm not going to sit down and say, okay, I have to watch it on Saturday night. But I actually feel bad when a team loses. Like, it makes me sad. That's why I don't really like watching too. Don't you feel like sad when you're watching and your team loses?
I feel sad when they lose, but I feel happy when they win. So that's the risk that I'm willing to take.
Okay.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? You hope for the best and plan for the worst, as they say.
Okay. Well,
it is sad when your team doesn't make it past the first round when they've, are doing really well all year. It's sad.
Yeah.
I won't lose sleep over it, but it is sad.
Right. Okay, don't lose sleep over it, please.
I'll lose sleep over other things.
Well, your mom actually made an interesting comment just now. She said that, you basically enjoy watching what you like to play, usually, I think. I don't know if that's true for everybody, but I know in most cases, like if you're a figure skater, you want to see people, skating. If you're, you played basketball growing up, you love basketball. You play golf, so you love watching golf. That's your sport of choice, if you will, and maybe that's where you learn.
I see myself in all these athletes.
I see yourself too.
I see myself in,
especially when
Rory's golf swing.
Yeah, I see you there too.
You see me there.
I see you there.
I see myself in.
When was the last time you were legit sad when your team lost, Mo?
Legit sad?
Like crying sad, like tears.
Crying sad and tears.
He was crying this Saturday night. Was it Saturday? The Habs lost?
I was crying.
It was Saturday.
I was crying,
Stay away from Ariel when the Knicks lose. I know, but this happens to a lot of people. Like, I know someone who gets really, really upset when his team loses, and like you can't be around him. Like you need a day off. You can't like talk to him. You just want to stay away, and you just hope that the team wins so that he'll be happy and.
Exactly, but it's water cooler talk, and
what's water cooler talk?
Oh boy,
we should have given me a glossary.
When you have a break at work and you go to the water cooler and people are talking about the Habs or they're talking about.
I thought it was a specific.
It's a badminton team. They're called the water coolers. Well, Ariel cries when the Knicks lose, but he cries when when the Blue Jays win too. I guess because he's a die-hard Expos fan. The Expos are coming back. If we play our cards right, we'll be able to get to a game sometime soon.
Sorry.
Are you squeezing my muscles? These are my NBA muscles. And anyways, we wanted to thank you guys. Jess is caressing my arms here. I haven't worked out in a few days, the holidays. I'm still trying to get back from the Passover. We made it out of Egypt, but I didn't have time to make it to the gym yet.
Everyone's saying I'm funny. Thank you, everybody.
Why is she funny? She's funny because she doesn't know who the Bills are?
No, I don't know.
Do you know, is Michael Jordan, is he still playing or no?
No, I know that he's not playing. You know what we should do next time? We should have like a question answer. Like you should quiz me, like a quiz.
I should quiz you. I can do that now.
And then I can quiz you on something else.
Okay.
You can quiz me. Okay, quiz me now and then we'll end the show.
Okay, I'll quiz you now.
3 questions. Let's see how many I get out of 3.
Okay. First question.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing. What sport?
Hockey.
What team?
No, it's a different question.
That's a different question.
What team? Was I right?
No.
So then
okay, so there.
That's not fair.
Okay.
Most favorite player as a kid. Ariel asked me this. I should know this because I'm married to you. Your favorite player as a kid?
Good luck.
Michael Jordan?
Okay, not bad. I would go with number 23, but no, it wasn't him. It was John Stockton. He was a white point guard who was really good. John Stockton. Okay, two more questions. Okay. PK Subban.
Yeah, he got traded.
What team does he play for?
Texas.
Texas.
Am I right?
Maybe.
Am I right?
Let's see if our fans know. Okay, last question.
Yeah. Am I right? Do you even know?
I'm trying to think.
He doesn't even know.
Moise Alou. What team does he coach for?
Basketball, Cleveland.
Okay.
Okay, I basically know nothing. I'm gonna study this, and then I'm gonna. We're having a quiz next week.
Does Moise Alou still play? Or does he coach? I mean, or not? Tell us, Ariel was Ariel's favorite player in baseball.
So just to end, so Dana said that according to social psychology, people are diehard fans because they are displaying the notion of basking in other people's glory. So they basically want to feel part of something. They want to feel part of a team. So maybe that's why they're connected to this team, and that's why they either feel very, very happy or very, very sad when the team wins or loses, right?
I agree. And
I agree
want to feel
too.
that. Felipe, it's his dad. Felipe that's why you didn't know.
Oh, you should have said Felipe. Thank you, Ariel, for clarifying that.
Name one professional football player.
Dan Marino.
Okay.
From Ace Ventura.
Yeah, from Ace Ventura.
Am I right?
Good. Yeah. Is he current or no?
No, he's not current, but he is a football player. You didn't say current.
Okay, you're right.
Ace Ventura.
I'll give it to you. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. We'll be back next week with another
doing...
interesting topic.
We'll be back next week with another interesting topic.
And we hope you join us. And
maybe the Expos will be back by next week.
Sure knew it too, see?
And she knew it too. Yeah, she's great. That's the only reason why she knew that. Did you see that movie with anyone in particular?
There's Tom Brady. I know Tom Brady.
Oh, anybody who had an appearance on The Bachelor? Is that why you know him?
He did not have
Oh, no? Was it Dancing with the Stars? What do you...
No.
Oh, you know him.
Tom Brady. See, Iris also said Tom Brady.
Oh, wow.
Everyone knows Tom. Because he's married to Giselle, that's why. All right, everybody. It was
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys
Leave your
next
comments.
week.
We want to hear if...
Like this video if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, don't like it.
And let us know what you think. How does watching sports affect your relationships?
And does watching sports affect your relationship?
And what are you going to watch now that Habs are out?
Yeah.
Who are you going to watch?
Don't say you're going to watch the Maple Leafs. I saw that in my feed today. It was a bit hard.
See you later, everybody.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys.